Here are 5 reasons why your website needs an overhaul. If you haven't updated your business website for a while, it might be time to consider an overhaul. If you don't, you could lose your edge on the competition, leave money on the table by missing out on completely untapped markets, and even put your business at risk of litigation. So here are the 5 reasons you want to consider a major restructuring and redesign of your website on every level. Reason number 1, slow loading times. If it takes more than 1 or 2 seconds to load your web page, your clients may be clicking away before you even have a chance to deliver your value proposition to them. There are many ways to improve your website's loading times, using a content delivery network, optimizing your video or image file sizes, implementing lazy loading, and using browser caching being just but a few. If your website isn't taking full advantage of the many tools to make modern websites lightning fast, you're going to get left behind. Reason number 2, poor search engine optimization. In the past, website SEO relied heavily on stuffing websites full of keywords, relevant or not, in order to rank higher in search results. With the continuous updates in the search algorithms, this is no longer a viable approach. Your website must be fast loading, your content must be relevant, your content must be high quality, your content must be well structured, and it must be accessible. In that order. Your website needs to load fast to avoid high bounce rates. What this means is that users click away before they even saw your website because it didn't load fast enough, so they went to somebody else's website. Next one, the content needs to be relevant. So what this means is users who search for a specific product, for example, or a service, when they search for that product or service, if you come up high in the search rankings and you're not offering that product or service, and when they click on that page, it's not what they're looking for, they're going to click away. And what that signals to the search engine is that your page isn't what users are looking for because they went away immediately as they came in. They maybe scrolled down and, after a couple of seconds they left because that's not what they were looking for. So always make sure that your keywords are absolutely relevant to the topic of the web page that your users are going to land on. Third, your content needs to be high quality. If you have high quality content, you're more likely to keep your users engaged and they're more likely to stay on your website longer, which will signal to the search engines that your website is what users are looking for and thus boost your rankings naturally. Next, your content needs to be well structured. It needs to be easy for users to find what they want on your website. There's nothing worse than a sales website, a website selling a product or a service, where the user can't actually find the product or service that they actually want to purchase. This is extremely frustrating for users, and it will lead them away from your website and towards your competition. Next, your website needs to be well structured so that users can find what they want in just a few simple clicks. And finally, it needs to be accessible in order to rank higher in search engines. Accessibility features include tags for translation so that browsers can auto-translate your website easily and bring it to a much wider worldwide audience. Or accessibility tags for people with impaired vision so that your website can be read by a screen reader. Or accessibility tags for people with the inability to use a keyboard, who would then use a voice command application that would navigate the website for them using keyboard tabbing. Reason number 3, outdated aesthetics or design. You don't need to have a ton of flashy animations on your website or keep up with every single one of the latest design trends. However, having a very outdated website can harm your credibility. You do need to have some fundamentals down. Your website needs to be clean and professional looking, and you need to have a mobile responsive website. If you're operating a business on a website that is unresponsive and looks like an application from Windows 98, you're probably going to miss out on a lot of customers and potential business partners. An up-to-date, well-designed website signals to your customers and your business partners that you take your business, your brand, and by extension, them seriously. Reason number 4, poor user experience. Now, we've actually touched on this in some of the previous points. User experience is a fundamental part of having a good website and getting clients to stick with your brand or your products. A good practice to ensure good user experience on a website is to come at it from the perspective of the user coming onto your website. So put yourself in the shoes of the user and navigate your website as if you didn't know where everything was. Try and purchase a product. Try and find a certain piece of content from the user's perspective and see how long it takes you. See how smooth the experience is. Are there a bunch of windows that you need to click out of the way? Is it a little bit frustrating? Is it easy to navigate to? Is it difficult to navigate to? All of these things are what's going to contribute to the overall user experience of people coming onto your website and is going to dictate whether you retain these people on your website and get more customers or send them over to your competition. Number 5, website security. If your web security is outdated, you're definitely going to want to take a look at overhauling that. Having poorly secured user data could open your business up to litigation. If your data is compromised due to provably negligent website security practices, you're opening yourself up to serious litigation and might risk your entire business and all of the hard work that you put into it. So don't let that happen and stay up to date. If you're unsure whether your website needs an overhaul or not, feel free to DM me or write me in the comments. We do one free consult every 2 weeks, and depending on the size of your website, we'll do the entire overhaul or part of it for free, no strings attached. So don't miss out on your opportunity to stay updated and ahead of your competition. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a little thumbs up and subscribe to stay updated with more news of this type. See you in the next one.